Good morning. Hi, Kim. Good morning. Getting everything set up here. Good morning, loving myself. Just getting all my platforms set up. I sound terrible. I'm not sure how long I'm going to last today. We'll see how it goes. Good morning. Good morning. Let's get everybody in here. Oh, hey, Hadley. All right. Good morning, Lee. How are you? I lost my voice on Christmas Eve. This is the best it sounded. It has sounded for 2 days. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, I do. What's kind of bummer is, like, I got off work last Thursday, so a week ago. I got off work at 8, and by 9, I had a fever and my throat was starting to hurt, and I'm off for 2 weeks. Well, here we are a week later, and I still had to host Christmas Eve. So, it is what it is, though. Good morning. How's everybody? I see you, Hadley. How are you? I hope you had a nice Christmas. Did you get anything good? Oh, my allergies haven't been badly. It's just I think I just got so run down. I feel like I literally feel fine from, like, I don't know, here down. I just sound terrible. So how was everybody's Christmas? Did we have a good Christmas? Good morning, Daniel. Oh my God, Allie, read the fucking room. Come on. Really? You're just gonna pop in here and just drop your business like that? Well, I hope the pictures were good. God. You want surprise with that? Oh my gosh. Well, it's been a week though, and I haven't had a fever since, like, last Friday, Saturday, even though it was low grade. I'm not that worried about. I bet you did, Hadley. You cracked me up. Oh, that's awesome, Nicole. Okay, so Nicole had family game night. We did that on Christmas Eve. We did that on Christmas Eve. We played something called Contract Rummy. It's 10 rounds of different goals. And my stepdad's dad had handwritten out in on a piece of paper for each of us one year, had handwritten out each of the phases of the game and all the rules of the game, right? And he put it in a frame and gave it to us for Christmas, probably 20 years ago. Like, I've had that thing forever, and it actually stays. Okay, Daniel. It stays in the frame in my kitchen. And every year, like every family gathering, we always try to get people to play. This year we had 8 people playing. It was a lot of fun. It's a really fun card game. Oh, my crowns are sitting right here. I haven't done my crowns this morning. Here we go. Maybe that'll make me feel better. From morning until night on Christmas Eve. Yesterday, Tony and I went to dinner. Oh, nice. We talked about going out, and then I was like, nah. We had leftover ham. We didn't have a ton of food left. I'm getting pretty good about being able to gauge how much food to fix for these shindigs, so we don't have a ton left over, like, ever. So, all right, Daniel, it's all good. So yeah, we had So Christmas Eve, we had the whole family over. We did gifts, we played our game, watched Christmas movies, of course, and, there are about 16 people. There were 16 of us, through the day, so aw, thank you, Brian. Good to see you, by the way. Haven't seen you for a minute on here. So I don't know, I got my hot tea. What are y'all drinking? I've got hot tea, and I do have a Celsius on in the background. Actually, I need to open it. I need a little caffeine, and the tea that I have has caffeine, but probably actually, no, this is caffeine-free tea. It helps with inflammation. So, and also, any of you guitar fans? Look what I got for Christmas from my son's girlfriend. It's our new job. Oh, yeah, that whole paying the bills thing. It'll get you every time, won't it? So we got people drinking coffee. I just can't get into coffee. I wish I could. Although I'm probably saving myself money by not liking coffee because I feel like tea's a lot cheaper. Well, tea at home. Coffee at home's cheap too. It's a good idea, Lindley. And actually, I got some Starbucks gift cards for Christmas for my students. Thank you. I saw the ones in the to-go packs, except I actually like the sparkling ones, so I would have to put it into like a sparkling water. I do have some of the packets to go, but I only drink one a day. That's in the morning. Good morning, Mark. Good to see you. Merry Christmas belated. It's Merry Christmas week. Ooh, heating up dairy-free iced coffee. All right. Ginger honey tea, yum. Yeah, and then you know what's funny is, so last year I think it was for my no, it was for Christmas last year, my, son's was it Christmas? No. It's for my birthday. I got this from my son's girlfriend. She gets me, man. She's also a Leo. She totally gets me, and they got me my Valaris sweatshirt. I am a hot mess, Mark. Thanks for asking. I was telling the group that I actually came home from work a week ago, so last Thursday. I got off work at 8. By 9 o'clock, I had a fever and a horrible sore throat, and I had a fever for a few days. And by it just kind of worked its way down. Oh, thank you, Kim. I appreciate you. Worked its way down, and and then Christmas Eve, I started losing my voice. So by the end of the night, nobody could hear all my curse words as I was losing the family game, the card game, miserably. Oh no, I did test myself for the vid, but I didn't have it. So, oh, I see Daniel John's in the house. Hi, my friend. Merry Christmas to you. Looks like Lucas is popping into the live over in Instagram. Hi, Lucas. Don't I sound terrible? Um, so yeah, so I would love to hear, and I know Christmas can be a tough time. And I was gonna not come on today because my voice had been so bad, but I've noticed I was at least able to be um, consistent in at least keeping my voice going for about an hour or so. Um, yeah, I'm just hanging out, and we'll go as long as I can. The tea really does help. But I know that Christmas can be a tough time. The holidays can be a tough time. Christmas, Hanukkah. Hanukkah was the first day. The first day of Hanukkah was yesterday as well. So any of you celebrate Hanukkah? It can be very stressful because I mean, I know like my aunt, for instance, my aunt lost my uncle the week before Thanksgiving. So I know she's struggling, and the rest of the family is. Um, there are people who may not have lost a person to the other side, but maybe are estranged. Nicole, I'm sorry to hear that your energy felt really low for most of the day. Yeah. I for Christmas Day, we watched it was just my husband and I afternoon. I like because my 2 younger kids, the 21 and 23-year-old came over. Yes, exactly, Lee. It's the loss that gets to people. It really does. And sometimes, you go day to day and you go and you go and you go and you go. So it's easy to put things on the back burner, put feelings on the back burner by plowing forward. But um sorry. Yeah, I lost what I was getting ready to say. I was trying not to choke. Hi, Magpie. Have you ever seen a red shadow? It's new to me, but seen it 3 times now and lost for words. I have not. But that could just be how a spirit is coming to you. It doesn't mean necessarily it's a specific spirit from that we would all know. Honestly, it could be, thank you, Lucas. Um, it could be anything, and you know what? Take some of those same techniques that I teach here on getting centered, doing some of the breathing, and then ask your guides who it is or what it is, what it is that's coming to you. Um, and it could be one of your guides. I just heard that actually. That'd be funny. Is it nefarious feeling? Does it have an ill feeling to it? Or is it just like, oh crap, I don't know what that is? Hi, Fleur, how are you? Um, you haven't seen or heard your mom, Pats and May. Oh, I'm sorry, Virginia. So hi, Virginia. Good to see you. It's creepy. Yeah. But think about it though, if you visually see a spirit and you're not used to seeing them, of course, it's gonna freak you out a little bit. I feel like it might be one of your might wanna be one of your guides or maybe another like a master level guide coming in to help you. It could be. Yes, Flora, I've been sick for like a week. Good stuff, but I still hosted Christmas Eve, it was fine. Sometimes you'll smell perfume and you'll know, yes. See, it's like we're psychic or something, moon mystic medium. So weird. Did you have a Merry Christmas? Yes, I did, Lucas. I had a very nice Christmas. Um, Also, my live over on Instagram keeps freezing, and I don't know why. It does it every time now. My animal guide surprised me and gave me chills when I meet him. Oh, I love that. It doesn't surprise me that you have animals for guides, Daniel. The other day, every time I walked into a room, my lights would go brighter and then dim. Crazy. Maybe you're just such an amazing electric personality, Lindley, that you are in fact affecting the um the electricity. I kind of love that though. You know what's funny was I was actually sitting on the couch last night. Um, see, I'll tell you. Actually, I'll say something, then I'll go back to you, Nicole. Um, and I was like, "Okay, Grandma, Grandpa, I haven't felt you at all around the last couple of days for Christmas. That's weird. Normally, I would get signs from them or I'd feel them, and all of a sudden, I got like full body chills, almost like before I can finish the thought. It was full body chills. I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. I see you." I was told a rebirth needed to happen, but I don't know what that means. Oh, that can mean so many different things. Excuse me. And sometimes sometimes that can be mm, it can mean a lot of things. We go through rebirth every day. We go through, no, Chrissy, I'm not right now. No, I'm sick. We're chatting about the holidays. You are welcome to hang out and chat about holidays. And we're asking questions about spiritual stuff. We're just chit-chatting it up. So have a seat, be comfortable, welcome in. Um, so rebirth can be triggered from when bad things, like when things go away, people leave our life, or big changes happen, like we leave a job or we graduate, we move into a new we move into a new direction, because something changed, and that's rebirth. So, like, if you look at the tarot, you've got your death card, and you've got your star card. It's the end of something and the rebirth of something. And what's interesting to me, and now that we're talking about guides, I have a feeling we're going to be talking about spirit guides in this chat, is and with the new year and with Age of Aquarius and all this new learning, I bet everybody in here has been going through a lot of stuff where people are leaving your life. There's been a lot of things leave your life, right? And maybe it's because maybe you chose to disconnect from people or things. You're intentionally going in a different direction. Um, oh, Lee, you want to come up? All right, hang on. And see if he's even still in here. Maybe. So, hi, hon. How are you?
Hi, sweet. Hang on one second.
Okay.
Just wanted to come on. Hi, Lorinda.
Hi,
Say
Tony.
Merry Christmas.
Hello.
And that we adore you.
Oh, thank you.
And that we hope you're feeling better soon.
Thank you very much. I'm sure I'll be fine, as I always am. I usually do go through this around this time of year anyway, so it's nothing that's earth shattering. It's just a pain.
Yeah. Well, you're doing well. We thought we'd give you a little break with your voice just for a couple nanoseconds.
Perfect. Go ahead, chat away. How was your Christmas?
Christmas was really good. We were busy Christmas Eve, like 24/7 pretty much. I mean 24 hours. And then Christmas Day we didn't do too much.
We didn't either. We didn't either. Like 2 of the 3 kids were there until noon, but we're at my house until noon yesterday. And then they're like, okay, peace out. We're going to go live our lives now. We're like, get out.
Yeah. You know what I noticed this year, Lorinda? And maybe it was me, and it just felt more relaxing this year. Energy was very interesting.
It was.
Much more relaxing than I expected.
It was a lot more relaxing, even though, like, we host. Well, that's because you didn't host anything.
Right. Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah, we host.
Everywhere. Yeah, we were driving like an hour here, then an hour again, then an hour again.
Yeah. No, it was even on Christmas Eve when I had like 16 people over. Even then, I noticed I was so chill.
Yeah.
And like I didn't care. Like I just made it, like it's not that I didn't care. I just I think you realize we're not going to sweat the small stuff. Why would I stress about whether the eggs get done on time or whether we are sitting down to eat right at 3 o'clock, or if people could just deal with it?
That's right.
And if they want it done faster.
Sometimes in my life, I felt like I put so many restrictions on myself,
Yes.
And, I like timing, like, you got to meet this schedule and blah, blah, blah. And I think that was because of my work life. It kind of trained me that way.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it became, it implied into the holidays, and then it laid over this and that. And so pretty much your life then is just a bunch of schedules.
Right.
And you can't just relax into it.
Yeah. 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 Somebody say, Moon Mystic said, we were stressing, our lights were off from a storm and pushed cooling back. Oh, yikes. Cooking. Push cooking back. That would be stressful. Like if you have a bunch of people coming and you're trying to eat, you have to cook things. That'd be stressful. I'm not all about going outside and starting a fire to fire that stuff up. No thanks. We're ordering Chinese.
Yeah, exactly. Actually last year we were talking about that. We went to Chinese last year on Christmas.
We just ate leftovers. We and watched a movie. We watched a movie. We binged watched the rest of Virgin River. Like hubby and I just pretty much chilled out, did nothing.
What's your favorite Christmas show? Like if you were to say, hey, this is my favorite go-to Christmas show, what would that be, Lorinda?
Oh, Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
I can quote every line in that movie. Yeah. Like Christmas Vacation, I love White Christmas. I love It's a Wonderful Life. Miracle on 34th Street. And the reason I like
You
Miracle,
would have to get your popcorn and sit with Tony for those, and I would probably be off in another room doing TikTok or something.
Elf, yes, Elf is on the
Oh my
playlist.
God.
Yep. Oh yeah, I like Smiley. Smiley's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's very purpley. And what else? I don't know. I really do like all the classic Christmas Story. I've got a leg lamp. The full size leg lamp is in
Oh,
my
you do? Yeah, that's right.
is
I
in my
remember seeing
front
that.
window. Yeah. I got all the Christmas stuff. I only put up 2 trees this year because of my knee, and I just didn't have the energy to do all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You put literally 0 trees.
I know, but you didn't host. You know, I
Isn't that
think
crazy though.
that is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That
a
is
little bit.
crazy.
I mean,
But if you don't host and you're just not, nobody's coming over, I guess. And I don't know. I think I would still, if nobody was coming, I'd still put up a tree. Just because I like it.
I'm sort of grounding myself a little bit for not doing that.
You're busted. I'm totally hounding you next year on this. Get your tree up next year.
All right.
Even if it's just one of those little ceramic trees from the 70s.
That would be perfect.
Well, that'd be great. You just plug that thing in, just like this big.
Yeah, ceramic one.
Yep.
We actually have 2 of those.
Okay, that's hilarious. You could have put those out. That was easy enough.
I know.
We talked about it.
We did talk
just
about
never
it.
got around to doing
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we got some really cool gifts this year, which we're
Oh,
really
yeah.
excited about. We can make our own ice cream. We got a
Nice.
Cuisinart ice cream maker thing.
Mhm.
So that'll be kind of fun to
Mhm.
do. We get this great frame that you can send digital pictures to via your phone just by swiping,
Yeah.
which is so cool. So now I actually have pictures that are like, flashing through. And,
That's
yes,
nice.
it was a very nice holiday.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yep. I got this cool shirt.
It's beautiful.
I know,
That's
and-
from your son-in-law, you said?
Eventually will be my daughter-in-law, so my son's girlfriend.
Eventually. Okay, yeah.
And I got they got me a whole book series of a set of books that I've been wanting to start. My middle daughter goes like, "You read?" I'm like, "Dude, I've always read."
You read. Don't you just want to snack them when they're like that?
Yes. I'm like, and my son's not daughters, ooh, weird. My son's girlfriend was like, we buy her books all the time. She reads them. And my daughter was like,
That's funny, Miranda.
she's like, who knew? I'm like, I'm always, and I listen to music a lot, but because music is part of my job, a lot of times at home, if I'm by myself and I'm doing stuff, I'm listening to books. Or I forced myself about a year ago, I had told myself, you know what? I've got to learn to de-stress. I've got to learn to sit down, make myself read, because if I'm going to fight Alzheimer's and dementia and all that, I need to be doing things that stimulate my brain.
That's very true.
Yes.
That's very true.
And so I've got tap dancing. I do that. I do the physical action stuff, but I
Yeah.
just don't read enough. And so I've finished off the whole A Court of Thorn and Roses. It doesn't even have to be good reading. It could be smut. I don't care. Like A Court of Thorn and Roses. That's what this is.
Yeah.
I've finished all 5 books over the summer. And then
Do you think that's because like when you visualize reading, is it the reading that exercises you from, not catching those things, or is it the understanding of what you're reading that?
I think it's a good combination of both, because I also do have like all my spiritualist books, like all my stuff for continuing my education in mediumship and and stuff like that. So I feel like I've got a good balance of both. I think for me, reading the stuff that's like fluff, just all the fluff means nothing in anybody's life. It rekindles the magic in our brains. In imagination is what will help me in mediumship also.
Yeah.
And I think just sparking and stimulating and making yourself think of things outside of your everyday life, that's what does
Yeah.
it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I mean, in fact, it's interesting that you mentioned that this morning because yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the day before, I was talking about, I wonder if, like, just TikTok, let's take for example, right? We're all scrolling through, we're having conversations, we're swiping, we're looking at videos and stuff like that. And we're thinking about what the videos are saying, and we're laughing and we're having joy, hopefully. And
Right.
is that helping us as well?
Yes. I believe it is because I
Me too.
truly believe like the more active our brains stay, again, it's interesting because anytime I read a book, suddenly I'll get references in mediumship to those books.
Yeah.
And it could be something very subtle, but it's enough. I can feel the neurons firing in the brain,
Yeah.
and I think honestly that has to be good for you, you know.
I agree. I think so.
And even if it's
I feel
not,
that way.
even if it's not, I think we just stand on it, Lee, and we say, you know what, I believe in it, so it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So if you were to think, I'm going to ask one more question. I'm going to leave your live because it's your
Okay.
live. But I wanted to come and say,
I
hey, I've talked to you
know.
forever.
I know. For like a whole 2 days.
That's forever.
Forever.
What are you thinking about for New Year's? Like, what are your thoughts of like anything? Are you planning on any resolution for New Year's or?
Okay, so I'm so big on numerology. In 2025 is when you add up the numbers, it's a year number 9. And so to me, it's like I feel like I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm buckling up because there's gonna be a lot of endings. And I fully believe we are in the full swing of the transition period for Age of Aquarius. I think there's gonna be a lot of change. I am gearing up. My resolution will be to hold space for people. And I've always been able to hold space for people, but I tend to I naturally I'm a very selfish person, and I say that because I'm like I always say it's my big Leo energy, but I'm trying to
creator. Just so you know, the best when you create a manifestation or whatever you want to call it, the best people that do manifestation are selfish.
I know. I'm really good at it too.
And I don't mean selfish in a bad way.
I know. But I feel like it's going to be learning to hold space and give a lot of grace because that is something I've struggled with. It's something I keep saying over and over again. Because you know how if you keep saying it, you feel like if you say it over and over again, eventually you'll start believing what you're saying. And I know that's where I need to be, but I have not been good. No, it's not true. I could be better at giving grace and space. We all could be. And being less judgmental. But as far as New Year's plans, the wine vault's throwing a shindig. It's like a mile. It's 2 miles from my house. That's probably what we're going to do.
Oh, that's good.
And it's right now. It's right next door to my dance studio. And we're probably just going to go there and hang with people that we're going to be going to France. It's people that we went to France with almost 2 years ago. And then we're going again over spring break.
Very
so
nice.
It'll be good to go see everybody and be like, oh my God, what have you been up to? And, because life happens. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun as far as New Year's. How about you guys?
I'm about this. I'm going to try to be, I really am making a leap for better health next year. Really focusing on me as far as my health goes. My health is good and I want to keep it that way.
Right.
So I'm trying to focus on a positive way of looking at my health versus a negative way.
I'm with you on that. My pendulum has gone from here to like I'm finally starting to get in a better place because I lost about a year ago. I lost like 45 pounds.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Well, and I had a hard time seeing it until like now when my videos pop up from like 1 year ago today, or it's not 1 year ago, they're all the same because I finished losing that weight about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But then when the ones from 2 years pop up, I'm like, wow. And then 2021 pops, I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's how I feel when I look at my age.
Right?
I'm like 5 years ago. I'm like, holy crap, I look really good there. What's going on?
What was I even complaining about back then? Our spirit keeps us obliviously young. That's what it does.
Isn't that the truth?
Yep. Yep.
You look back, like 10 years ago, I felt like I was going through the worst part of my life, which I probably was. Maybe 12, like let's go 13 years ago, 14 years ago. I was going through the worst time of my life, right? You think back to that now, and this is a great lesson for all of us. We can survive our darkest times. Like we're evidence of that. All of us on this chat are evidence of the fact that we can survive our darkest times because we're all still here.
We are.
You know?
Yep.
So, I don't know.
We have another day to do better. Right?
Yep. We have another day to provide our own selves grace, because sometimes we are the biggest critics of ourselves, you know?
We are. And I think that going back to having grace for others, I think it's important to start having more grace for myself.
Yeah, because they say you can't love yourself. I mean, you can't really love anybody else until you love yourself.
Correct. I don't know. I think you can love other people, but you cannot. It's hard for you to accept other people loving you if you don't love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself and someone says, I love you, then you're going to go, that makes no sense. Clearly, you don't know who I am. Because if you did know me, you would not love me. Because I know me and I don't love me. So you question. It's really hard for you to accept love from other people when.
And the other thing is, like, say for many people that have had relationships that have ended either through unfortunate reasons, like passing on, and or divorce, or whatever. You start to really realize that history, that momentum that you had in those relationships will continue forward if you allow it to.
Yes.
And you got to come to terms with the fact that you shouldn't look for a future partner and apply every reason that you lost your last partner into that new partner. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I've talked to a few people about that. A lot of people are going through that this year. You know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And I think energetically, I think the world is waking up, especially where we are in America.
Yeah.
We're waking up.
Yeah.
Some people are burying their head in the sand, but I think there's been a lot. I think that's one of the reasons that spiritual TikTok has taken off so much, because, or any of the platforms, is because people are waking up and going, I feel like there's more. There's more. And 20 years ago, we were not allowed to necessarily imagine. No, I don't want to say 20. I say 30 years ago, we were not necessarily allowed to imagine that there's more beyond the mundane every day. You get up, you go to work. That's what you're trained to do. You provide for your family. And then when they grow up, then you take care of their grandkids.
Yeah, trained is a great word.
We are trained. We're like circus monkeys. And I feel like, especially Gen Xers, I feel like we started that revolution of, and even like some of you late boomers.
I'm an early boomer. No, I'm a late boomer.
You're a late boomer. You're closer to Gen X than
the Gen X have accepted me.
But I think that if you look at if you were to put it down on paper, what we dealt with in each of the decades, and what we were picking up, what the other generations were putting down, what we're trained to believe. And now we're in a place now where, you've got your most recent generations, but also you look at again, even my mom is not much on change, but she's open to it. Like if somebody says, it's probably not smart to say it that way. She'd be like, oh, well, oh.
Yeah, just explain it.
I get it. Right. Then that's where also grace for others comes in, because how long from 10 years now we've been cancel culture. Oh my God, that person said that word. There were things that my grandparents said out loud that were just part of my vocabulary, because that's what I always heard. And then I get out into actual society and I say it, and I'm like, oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's kind of like that tribal belief set that you're raised in, and you don't realize
Right.
what you're saying and how other
Right.
people interpret it. Although in your tribal belief set, you may think there's nothing wrong with what you're saying, and you might honestly be very humble about it and mean,
You may mean no harm. And
yeah,
and I think that's where it's important for us. So if, say, for an example, say my mom, sorry, mom, if you're actually watching, I'm not actually throwing you under the bus for anything. But if my mom were to say something was terrible, because that's what my grandparents said, because that's what their parents said, you know what I mean? And I could either go, oh my God, that's the worst thing ever. I can never speak to you again because you believe that.
yeah,
Or I can give grace and give grace and go, so what do you think that means? What does that mean to you? And have that conversation of what it means to them and go, well, this is how I see it because of this. Like, have those conversations instead of just being like, oh, well, I can't support you anymore. We'd all be, and I think when people are like, it's a lonely world now, I'm like, well, you know what? Quit canceling people.
that's very true. That's great advice, Lorena.
Don't just cancel, give grace.
That's really good advice.
If they're not willing to pick up what you're putting down, then you can walk away knowing, okay, I feel better. I at least extended the conversation.
Yeah.
And I think that goes a long way in healing, and forgiveness and all the things. How many people, especially because we're so thick in cancel culture, then COVID comes along. How many people lost their relatives suddenly, did not get to say goodbye, did not get the opportunity to make things right, to have those conversations? You know what? Have them now. Quit freaking canceling people. Oh, now, of course, I'm saying this because I'm a canceled mom. Like, I'm a canceled parent. So
I would never cancel you. Okay.
I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. But I also had that perspective. But you know what's funny is growing up, it never occurred to me to cancel anybody.
Right. And you only have done that when you become an adult, it seems.
Right. No, I don't know. I've watched plenty of kids do it.
Well, yeah, the younger ones are, yeah, with social media and all that kind of stuff going on. Yeah.
Boundaries. I will never question if you need to set boundaries, healthy boundaries. I get it. Energetic boundaries. But I think as an adult, I have a little tougher skin, you know, as a 53-year-old woman, I have tougher skin, and I feel like I am able to at least question and go, you know, let's take a step back and talk about that. You know, like I can't, like, I look back and I just think I could make a list of things that my grandparents said out loud as just common conversation, and they were the sweetest people on the planet.
Yeah.
They
Things my grandparents said sounds like a great book, doesn't it?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I mean,
very interesting.
And they
So
never.
my dad's mom, and my grandpa died when my dad was 3 years old. He died of tuberculosis. He was a coal miner. And my grandmother, Southern Baptist.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So that was a big adjustment.
That's a whole other level.
Yeah. So it was a different. I understand exactly what you're talking about though with grandparents and what they say and.
Right, but it was just because of what their belief system was, what they grew up in, and I think it's important for us to have grace for what they knew, what their normal is, and give the opportunity to say, we don't all necessarily believe that is okay. Or just say, where did that come from? Even down to, I will never forget, like my grandma, I know, you know, I can't even say what she called them. Like I would be canceled just for saying what my grandma said. But like there were these little, it was a type of nut. I want to say they weren't Buckeyes, but there was a type of nut like that you crack. And they always had a bowl of nuts out with the cracker, right?
Yeah, my parents said too.
And there was one that they said like what they called this particular one. I was like, I feel Brazil nuts. Yes, Ladora. And I have a feeling Ladora knows what they were called, what the slang term. Yes.
I'm going to have to search for that. Oh yeah, now I know.
And I was like, and I just thought that was just a normal thing. I thought that's what they were called, to the point where I always forget what they're actually called. Like, because that's what I grew up with.
Right. That's our belief set.
Yes, April. Right. And it's just also just what you hear.
Oh yeah.
It's not even
just
what I believed. If
not
I
what you
had,
believe, yeah.
I never, like, I don't know. I went to a school where they bust in kids. Like, we had a very diverse, we had well, yours from, yeah, Chicago, like,
Yeah.
but like, we had a very diverse, I grew up with a very diverse culture at my school.
Mhm.
But at home, it was definitely not diverse. Now, does that mean my grandparents were like outwardly like racist? No. They're
Right.
like they would have helped anybody. Like they would have, like, you see what I mean? So it's just a
Yeah.
matter of, I think, going back to your initial question, what are you going to do different in the next year? Is learning how to have grace for people like that and being willing to have the conversation before just saying, oh my God, I can't with you. Oh my God, I can't with you. Do you know how many times I've seen that happen?
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's a big thing, because you don't know when our last day is going to be.
That's right.
You don't know when that person's last day. And as a medium, I deal in grief every single day.
Yeah.
You know, that's my business,
Yeah.
is grief.
Yeah. Tony and I had a really good conversation yesterday about this. And we talked about when his wife had passed away.
Mhm.
And we talked about how he found out what was going on in the hospital, what he was hearing, who was saying what. And grief can be, grief is something that can impact you for years and years.
It really can.
And every year we talk of like it happens, you know. And so we really do appreciate you for saying, I have really appreciate you for saying that you're going to give grace to people, because sometimes during certain events or certain times a year, you know, people don't look like they're giving as much grace because they're going through it themselves.
Correct.
You know?
Well, and that's huge too, is recognizing if someone like bites your head off, it's probably not it's not smart just to go, oh my God, they're so rude. I wish I didn't known they were like this. I had no idea that they were like this, and then cancel. That's when you go, ooh, red flag, something's up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But
know,
those kind of conversations, like I left, like it was great. Like it was in a car. We were in the car driving, you know, we just talked. I let Tony talk a lot. Okay. And I listened a lot.
giving space, giving
Yeah.
space.
Yeah. And it's very comforting to be that ear for people around us. So don't forget that you also, you know, just by hosting these wonderful lives you do, you are blessing so many people with the ability to express themselves through chat and through this like little box that, you know, it's helping people. And I think that's great.
Yeah.
You know.
Sorry, I'm like watching the chat too.
I'm gonna pop down so live again. We just wanted to say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. I'm sure let's chat again. We'll do another.
Leaving for Vegas on this weekend.
Oh, fun. Well,
we're gonna be there for New Year's Eve. So
I'm sure you've already started manifesting that.
Oh yeah, I was manifesting that like years ago. I manifested going to Vegas like 5 or 6 times a year, and I've met my commitment. I think. I don't know.
I think you may have. You might have done that just like over the summer.
We should definitely think about like doing some kind of wacky thing in Vegas or something.
I know. Seriously. I'll text you the dates we're going to be there, because we're going to go see the Eagles like the weekend of our anniversary. So
oh my God, that's going to be so good.
I know. So if you guys are going to be out, did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
You have all this. I have all this. I've been watching spirits make their appearances this whole time.
I think you actually crossed into my room. Did you pay attention to that?
No, I'll have to go back and watch it now.
It came over, and I was like, oh.
I love that. Must be a spirit for you. I love it.
Kim. Thank you, Kim. Merry Christmas to you too. All right, I'm gonna leave you be and get back to your thing. I just wanted to, invade your space today and say Merry Christmas.
I love it. You can invade my space anytime. I love you.
All right.
All right.
I love you too. See you later.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. I'll be in the chat.
Okay. All right.
Can you kick my butt out though?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. I think it's better for my algorithm for me to kick you out.
Smack me. Do it. Kick me out of it.
I love him. If you guys aren't following Lee, you got to. He's hilarious. So everything's let's see, I've got one person it looks like, or no people over in Instagram, and 2 between the Facebook and the. Okay, so here's the deal. I only have 15 people in here. I must not be that exciting. But 8.8 thousand likes. Tap the screen. Let's share the live, you guys. Listen, I showed up for you all, voice crackling and all, so hopefully we can get more people in here. But also just let you know, everyone's still sleeping. Oh yeah, it could be. I've been up since some stupid time this morning. And so yeah, I've got spirits floating around in here. That was kind of funny. I'll have to go back and for sure watch the replay, because Lee said it looked like something floated from mine into his. Thank you, Kim. I know you've been sharing. I appreciate you. But yeah, let's share the live out, get people watching, because people are like doing nothing today except shopping. I have a couple things I need to return, but it's all online. So I'm not going to venture out. Actually, I do have a rehearsal today at like 1:45. And then hubby and I are going to go to the Pacer game tonight. You tried to get the deals. My deals, they're still going on. And by the way, that's what I was just going to talk about is I actually put a coupon out for a few days so if you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, then you could at least get a discount on any of my services. I put a 10% coupon out. It's Holiday Blitz is the coupon code. If you use the coupon code Holiday Blitz, and it's on my website too. So, maybe not. I meant to go on and be like, use this coupon code. So Holiday Blitz till midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight. So if you didn't get what you wanted, but you want to have a reading, or you can't read for her since who can't you read for her? I think I missed that. Oh, thank you, Lee. Thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate you. I adore him. I've had someone walking up and down my hallway for 3 days. I asked him to walk softer. Yes, Holiday Blitz, all one word, Holiday Blitz as the coupon code. Yep, 10% off all of my readings, my past life regression, past life with healing. Let's see. Lost my train of thought. This whole less oxygen flowing through my brain is a bummer. Good morning, Lula Bell. So let's talk about interesting. Cursing counselor just came in. Hi, friend. We were talking about holidays and grief. I mean, how many of you? Good morning. Okay, that makes sense, Virginia. And a lot of people are like, yeah, I just spent all my money on literally everybody else. So, but I do have like less expensive options. I really do. It's not my 45-minute reading is not cheap, but it's not compared to some of them that I've seen. I'm right in line with right around like Camp Chesterfield readers here in Indiana. I know. Yeah, I have no classes in January. And I'll start them back up in February. I'm just trying to do, are they crystal or what crystal? Gina, what are you talking about? Oh, thank you for the hand hearts. Thank you. Where I live and I enjoy the company. Oh, that's nice, squirrel. I love that. Oh, on the crown. Yes, they are crystals. Yeah, I've got like amethyst. I forget what else on there. Quartz. I forget what this one is. I've had this one for a couple years now. And then I've also got this crown, Mystic Mind Designs. Make sure you follow her. Mystic, MYSTIC, Mind, MYNE Designs on TikTok. She makes all my crowns. Here's my big Leo energy sun crown. And this one is my Outlander inspired, Celtic inspired, Scottish inspired. This is my Caradwyn crown. And now she has a new line of crowns coming out at the end of this month that she's going to start selling on Etsy. And one of them is from the Night Court, the Court of Nightmares, from a Court of Thorn and Roses. Mystic Mind Designs, Mystic MYSTIC, Mine MYNE Designs. Hi, Kara. She's on Etsy. She's here on TikTok. She's on, I forget what else she's on. She's on other platforms as well, but those are her two main. Her store is on Etsy. And it's fantastic. I just tell her what I have done, the Night Court. Yeah. But it's the Court of Nightmares. There is a Night Court in that series. It is. And she what I did with this, and I'll show you a little bit more closely. It's awesome. Like the way she put this, it's all hand done. She makes these all by hand. And even on the back, the detail is like there's glitter all on the back here. I had given her things that define me, that things that I relate to myself, and things that I was really into: Outlander, Celtic culture. Lucas, you know I have 3 kids. The oldest is Jessica. She's 33, and she has not lived with us for a long time. Okay. And anyway, the laurel, my name is from the root word laurel, which is a crown of laurel leaf, right? Like, and so I incorporated that, the moss being a Celtic, and then, yeah, but it also looks like the standing stones from Outlander. So this is my original crown that I had her make for me, and it sits beautifully on my head. It's amazing. It's like it was made for me. Oh wait, it was. It takes her a couple months to get them to me, but she also gets a lot of orders. She makes a lot of crowns, but the one that she was just wearing in her live a couple weeks ago was stunning. And it was the reference from A Court of Thorn and Roses, the Court of Nightmares. And it had like the Illyrian wings. If you've read the books, you know what I'm talking about. The Illyrian wings were on there. It was really cool. So she's a really great artist, and she's one of those people that I wish she lived closer. We would hang out. She's just such a neat person, a neat human. So we were talking about missing our loved ones. How many of you, just show of hands, we're just really missing someone this season? The wingspan. Laura. Did you see my Laura? Did you see my shirt? Definitely do. And if you give her a price range, she will stick within your price range and make it amazing. So yeah, show of hands if you're missing someone, whether that was just because of estrangement, whether that's because of distance, whether that's because of they're in spirit now. Yeah. Now, so what I want you to do, if you're really, really missing them and you don't feel like you saw a sign from them, talk to them, talk to them out loud right now, write them a note, tell them what you would like them to do, sit in meditation. Oh, I see Kathy's over here. Sit in meditation, or even just quiet your mind. You don't have to meditate because who has time for that? Who has the attention span for that? Just sit quietly and close your eyes. Take one sense away so it enhances your other senses. Okay. Sit quietly and just ask for that loved one, if they're on the other side, to overshadow you in their energy. That's how we connect to our spirit guides. It's how I connect to people on the other side. It's my loved ones. It was really cool. Last night, I was like, Grandma and Grandpa, I haven't even felt you. But before I got all the words out, I felt this rush of like a cold chill, but like the tingles. And I was like, okay, well, okay, just kidding. I didn't expect that. I enjoyed this Christmas. Oddly enough, this year I didn't experience that. I enjoyed this Christmas good. And I will say, I enjoyed Christmas as well. I haven't had any significant recent losses. My family's been a hot mess for many years. And this is probably the first year that I didn't cry at Thanksgiving or Christmas from missing people. And they're all alive and well. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that, Lulabelle. Yeah, it's hard at the holidays with loss and grieving. It might be the first year that you're not with them. It might be the first Christmas that you're experiencing without your loved one, and it is hard. And what I've learned in doing this work and working in grief, working with other people, is that it's not that you just get over it. You don't get over it. It fundamentally changes you. It puts a hole in your body, in your heart, your mind. It pierces a hole in your body. And it's not that you ever just stop missing them. It just integrates into who you are. That's who you become. Is you who you are minus that person. And you will always feel that hole. Exactly. It does get easier, but you miss their presence. But if you lose a finger, eventually you just learn to function with 9 fingers. Right? If you lose a limb, period, you eventually learn. It doesn't make it easier. It doesn't mean you don't miss that limb, right? But you just learn how to function without it. And I think that's probably the best analogy I can come up with at this moment. I'm just impressed that I'm sitting up right now. Although if I laid down, I wouldn't be able to breathe. So a family that is still living is so different, and I agree with the living. Yes, thank you, Cursing Counselor. Also, if you don't follow Cursing Counselor, please do. She is like this badass Gen Xer, actual therapist, actual counselor, who shares a lot of really, really, really great information on her platform. So make sure you're following her. And she's funny. But yeah, for years, for probably about the last 8 years, you're welcome. I have grieved the loss of my brothers. For the last 5 years, grieved the loss of my daughter. They are still alive. But I have been canceled. I am the canceled one, which we were talking about earlier. So you grieve that. You grieve the old days. When you hear people say, "God, make America great again." Well, what are you grieving? What did you lose? And if you go back and deep dive that, what is it that you miss from that time? Is it the nostalgic time? And that's not me slamming anybody I'm saying, but that's a common thing we hear. Why can't we be like the old days? Why can't we go back to the old things? And I think it's important to go back and recognize, what is it that you're missing? Why can't we go back? What are we grieving the loss of? And I think once we do that, we find a little more perspective on what we can do to move forward. So The holiday, yeah, exactly. The holidays are the same without them because we are different. Yeah. And thank you, Just a Person. Thank you. We were just talking about my crowns, my collection of crowns. Remember that time my husband was like, "You don't need any more crowns?" Like, okay. That's the dumbest thing you've ever said. I look at my crowns as a tax deduction, which is exactly what they are. Because I wear them to do my readings and I wear them on my show. Is it weird that I call this my show? My live broadcast, my show. I don't like calling it a live. Exactly, Luke Bell. I don't need them. I do need tax deductions though. So there we go. Why is my nose itch? I did grieve the old holidays a lot this year, I think, because it was a lot of firsts. And that makes sense, Gina, because didn't you said your father passed a year ago? Was it a year ago? I don't think you said a year ago, but it is important to recognize why, and it's okay to miss things. It's okay to want to go back and relive those things that we enjoyed. But when you deep dive in that, oh, your son, that's even worse. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Somebody else was saying it was 1 year from their father. I must have spirit nose or a cold. Allow yourself to be sad, allow yourself, but also, last Thursday, I ended up bringing through one of my spirit guides in a demonstration of trance mediumship. If you were not here to see it, go back on my page and watch the video. It's on all of my platforms. Go back and watch the video. One of my guides named Dr. Mike, I allowed him to come in and speak through me in trance mediumship. And he gave a very, very good message about how we can celebrate our loved ones, even through grief. That's something that's what we talked about last week, is how do we move through this grief, especially if it's like the first year without them, the first holiday without them, or the first Christmas without them. How do we feel less painful? This April, so I lost 6 months after my son, my father. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, just know that your father was there to at least meet them. He was there to meet them. So one of the ways that Dr. Mike was saying was to focus on the light points, focus on the things, the same thing we do in nostalgia. Christmas Vacation. If you've ever watched that movie, it is chaos. It is chaos, 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 chaos. And they get towards the end, and Clark is talking to his dad. And is like, how'd you do it? Because what Clark remembers is magic. Clark remembers the nostalgia. Clark's dad, on the other hand, was like, oh, Jack Daniels and plenty of it. Like, so Clark's version of what it was like growing up was not reality, right? But he could choose to focus on all that negativity that was going on, or he could choose to focus on the positive. I think it's important to remember both and respect both sides of that coin. No, I saw what you said, Gina. Yeah. And also, Gina, just so you know, it's going to look, a fake account will probably reach out to you and act like it's me, asking you to do a free reading or something, or a $400 reading, or remove a curse or something. It's not me. Just so you guys know, I will never reach out to you. It's also why I tell people, I know we're conversing. I'm not like, we are conversing about these things, But just so you guys know, that's good. I figured you know better, but for anybody who's new in here, I will never reach out in a DM. So especially if you put your personal stories in here, I know you're sharing, that's fine. As long as you know that I do the puzzle thing. Why does TikTok make us do this? Just so you know, I will never. I know. I wonder how many Lorendas are in there. And they will straight steal my picture, everything, all my videos. But they have to screen record them, so it takes them longer because nobody can download my videos. So anyway, if this is the first year that you've been missing a loved one at the holidays, I'm so sorry for your loss. Good morning, Net. Good. Yeah, I figured you were pretty savvy. I'm not gonna stress over it. Just know it's not me. When you get that, it's not even. Yeah. So what are you guys gonna do what are your thoughts on the TikTok going away? I think it's funny that everybody's like, go to Lemon 8. I'm like, it's owned by TikTok. And I have not seen the legislation to know if that includes just TikTok as an entity or TikTok and all of its subsidiaries, like Lemon 8. Yeah. So just make sure you guys are following me on all of my platforms. Like right now, I'm actually live streaming on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. So make sure you follow me on all those things. YouTube seems to be the most user-friendly for going live. And I have about the same number of followers across all of them. It kills me though, because I have between about 650. Well, I'm hoping it is too, but I don't think it is net. I think there is a corporate greed component in this. Nobody cares about security. Nobody. Meaning the people that claim they are. So anyway, make sure you follow me on my other platforms because I'll keep doing, even if TikTok goes away, which would be like in 3 weeks from now. If that happens, I'm still going to do my live to all 3 people in my other platforms. But it cracks me up because I've got like 650-ish on each of my other platforms. I'm on Blue Sky also, and I have a whole 17 on that. I might have 50 on Threads. I don't even do X because I'm not supporting that piece of garbage. And but I've got 36.6 thousand followers here. And that's the one that Congress wants to go for. Makes total sense. Whatever. So make sure you follow me on all my platforms, because I will continue to go live. I'm trying to pretend I'm a talk show host. That's what I'm doing. It's fulfilling my big Leo dreams of being famous to all 3 people between Facebook and YouTube. Who's watching over in the Facebook and YouTube? Make sure you interact. You guys don't even interact at all. It looks like, oh, Lisette over here. Everything on my Instagram is delayed, by the way. Everything. Good morning, Jackie. How are you? Hi, Sunkiss. Not 3. Yeah, that's all I got. 3 between all those platforms because there's none in Instagram right now. And you know what? I'm under the same name in all platforms. Yes. Yep. Also, I love your screen name, Nessa. Nessa. You say Lemon 8 will carry over your TikTok followers. They have not so far. Unless that's just how many people have signed on for Lemon 8 because I have over 900 on Lemon 8 and I haven't even tried. I literally just posted today for the first time just to be like, oh yeah, I have this. I should probably look at it. My friend Carrie Koss is like doing an amazing job getting her platforms all set up. I'm also learning taking a class on, ironically enough, I signed up for this class. It happens in January before the ban came into proposal, where it looked like it was actually going to be enabled. So I've paid like a stupid amount of money for this class. It's supposed to be for TikTok and Pinterest and learning SEOs and all that. I'm sure everything I learn is going to cross over. Ohio or Washington State. I don't know, Spike. I don't live in either one of those states. I live in Indiana, so. And also read the room, dude. Read the room. It all depends on where you are politically, too. Those are very, very, very different states. Very different states. I've been to both, actually. I just don't live in either one of them. Just saying. So literally nobody's responded to my hi. Make sure to say hi if you're actually watching the other platforms. So going forward, if TikTok does go away, just know you can find me on the other platforms, and hopefully I'll get more than 3 people watching my show that I'm trying to get famous from. Whatever. Good morning. Good morning. Well, of course, I only have 15 in here with 36,000 followers. So my voice has actually held up better than I thought it would. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to come live today. Yeah, please do. And actually, if you're in TikTok, you can go to my profile, and I have a link tree that takes you directly to all of my stuff. It should take you to be where you can all of my ooh, I love it, Squirrel. We love manifesting. So let's talk about that. So next time I see you all for spirit signs and sips, it'll be 2025. What are we manifesting? What are we bringing into our existence? What do we want? I'm manifesting TikTok to stick around, as toxic as it is. Also, make sure you guys are tapping the screen and sharing the live. What is it that you guys are hoping for? What changes do you want to see? Or what things have you've manifest change for in this year that you want to expand upon? Yeah, what's gone well that you want to see more of in 2025? What do you think? Don't everybody talk at once. All 2 of you over in a tattoo party on your 60th birthday. That would be awesome. Better health and more joy. Excellent. World peace. I don't think that people financially benefit from world peace. So we'll never have that. You met your guides. That's awesome. Making more money at your job. I don't type. No, you're fine, Robin. That's so cool, Holly. I love that for you. Better health, Melissa saying. And what kind of things are you going to do for yourselves? Right, Kim? Real estate goals for yourself. That's very important. I remember I used to make a list of all the things I was going to do in the next year, and it would last, 3 weeks at most, because I couldn't possibly do all of it at once. New truck and new home. Yes, Robin. I love that for you. And what color truck are you going to go for? develop like crazy. Very cool. Well, if you need some classes to sign up for, let me know. I'll be starting mine back up in February. I do need to work on that, by the way. I need to work on that today. Blue, Michigan Blue. Ooh, that's cool. All right. I see what you're putting down there. Approved. It's been over 3 years. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Yeah, good old American healthcare system. Literally nobody benefits from that except the people at the top. Sorry. I had no voice yesterday or the day before. So I sound terrible. What else are we doing? Manifesting development 2. You are about that. I love. Oh, hi, Kara. I see you over here in the YouTube. Awesome. Thanks for at least acknowledging that you're here. I love that. Yeah, I'm also trying to grow and expand and learn. I am starting a class in January to learn more about SEOs and getting out there and being able to be seen without having to work so hard. That's that I don't want to work hard. I feel like I spin my wheels a lot. You should not. Oh wow. Okay. And how are we bringing that into our existence? So when we talk about manifesting, you have to, one, start with believing that you deserve it. You have to let go of the reasons you can't have it. You have to act like those don't exist. You have to engage in the energy as if you already have it. That's what manifesting is enabling and feeling the energy. So how would you feel if all your healthcare needs were met? Embody how that feels and be grateful for it as if it's part of you. You already own it. You already have it. And we have to start dispelling like all these things that come into our minds about what a random thing to say, Codwife. We're talking about manifesting. But welcome in. You're welcome to participate in the conversation. We're talking about manifesting and embodying how it feels to have something and fully believing you deserve it. And when you say things like, well, I would love that house, except I don't have the money. And also be smart about what you're manifesting. Okay, some people will be like, well, I'm going to manifest money. For what? What is it that you want? Well, I want the new house. Okay, so manifest the house. What if money's not required to have that house? One of my students and friends, her name's Angel, she'll come in here sometimes. And she actually talked about this on a live, how she manifested a house. It didn't require her to have any money. Like she knew she needed a new place to live. She needed this. She wanted this. And all of a sudden it was just handed to her. And it was the most fluke, crazy, weird, but divine timing thing ever. And it was awesome. And now she like moved across the country living in this house. Personally opening doors I have shut to allow for growth as an individual mother and wife. Ooh, that's a good one, Kara. That's a good one. So yeah, believing that you deserve it or believing that you already have it. Like how would it feel if you already had these things? Putting reminders. That's a good idea. I did that for a while, where I would actually put reminders in my phone to do things for myself. Once I have what I want more, because what I want is probably what I have. Oh, interesting, Holly. That's a really good perspective. Hi, Paula. I did. So my kids were here. My adult children were here till noon yesterday, and they were like, peace out. We're going to go live our lives now. Like, all right. So it was just my husband and I in the house all day with the dogs. We binge watched Virgin River and watched a movie called Carry On. It's like one of those movies, had Jason Bateman in it. It was good, but it was trying to be like another Die Hard kind of movie. Having brain fog. What did you say you saw for me in my development? I don't remember. I'm also ill. We'll have to figure it out later. I honestly don't. I'd have to think way hard about it. I'm not blowing you off, Kim, I promise. I'm just like, I'm also in a fog because I've been sick for a week. Oh no, Paula. I tested negative for it, but I got off work. I was telling them earlier, I got off work Thursday night at 8, and by 9, I had a fever and a sore throat. And I thought maybe I was getting strep. Like I had like the nastiness in my throat. Little fur babies, so spending more time with them as well. Nice. Yeah. I had no voice yesterday or on Christmas Eve. Oh no, Robin. So I know a lot of people who are getting sick like all at once, and yeah. So and I'm off work. I'm not really off. Like today, I'm going into the studio. I've got cleaning to do. I've got all kinds of stuff to do. And I've also got some private lessons going on today. And but like I'm not teaching my regular schedule. We didn't have for 2 weeks. We're closed for 2 weeks. And I'm like, yay, I can get stuff done. And like within an hour of me finishing my last class, I was like sick. And I felt horrible for 3 days. But I bet it was like a tonsillitis or it was something going on. Like, and I've had it before, and I always test negative for everything when I have whatever this virus is. I get it every year, and then I lose my voice. And here we are. But this is the best my voice has been in 3 days. So anyway, yeah, throat, nose. Oh yeah, my sinuses are just like. So there's no mediumship going on today because I am not even tuned in. All my signals are distracted. I feel my loved ones around, and there are spirits around. I can feel them. But I don't know that I would be able to give a very good reading today, you know? I'm hoping that by next Thursday, it'll be the new year. I want to come in and so mark your calendars. Make sure you guys are tuning in on Thursday mornings. So like next week, my plan is to do readings. I'll be doing readings all day. Kind of celebrate the new year. Because this is the last show of the year for me. Unless, of course, I just go live. But like for my Spirit Sighs and Sips, it's the last Spirit Sighs and Sips for the year. And I've been doing this for 6 months now. And I have not missed a single week. Not a single week. When I say I show up, I show up. I'm telling you. And this has been really fun. My friend Carrie talked me into doing it. She's like, no, just show up, give it a title. And all 18 of you are hanging out. 20 if I include the other platforms. Good, Paula. Yes. I think it's important to. I feel like you've got when we have negativity. This is a really good point too. When we have negativity, how do we have to sit in it and be in it, or can we kind of rise above it and manage it? We can still learn from it. Oh, good, Ladora. I'm glad to be of assistance. How do you kind of rise above it, still learn the lesson without it bringing you down? You know, I think it's important to look at it from that way without it physically, mentally, or spiritually hurting you. How do you learn from a situation and not lose a piece of yourself in it? Because sometimes it's hard to see the forest for the trees. Sometimes, you know, when we get so entrenched in something, we can't always see clearly. So how do you, and what we don't want to do is turn a blind eye to things because then we're not learning, and then we have to learn those lessons anyway somehow. So do you feel spiritual information from people on your lives just from being present here? Yes. But only with permission. That's a really good question, Holly. Only with permission. And good, Paula. Yes. Oh, thanks for being part of my team. Oh, hi, Jen. Good to see you. Good morning, Rachel. Now we're getting our next wave of people coming in. We are sick. But this is the best. I had no voice the last 2 days, and I almost didn't go live today, but I'm like, no, I am not breaking this streak. I have been doing this for 6 months solid, showing up every Thursday, 10 to noon, 6 months. So that's what I'm doing. I need to look and see when I started, the exact date I started. Hi, Jesse. How are you? I'm so glad to see you on here. I did have a nice Christmas because my family was like, they're all adults. So we had Christmas Eve at my house, and then Christmas Day we hung out, and I just coughed all day. It was fine. And you know what? I pride myself on that, Holly. I pride myself on showing up. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Period. We have been talking about grief and getting through holidays, and we've been talking about manifesting because we've got by the time you see me again, it's going to be the new year. I've been on for an hour and a half at this point, Jen. I think I'm just all in, all in, unless for some reason. Well, I tried that, Holly. I tried all the eggnog, and it didn't work. But you know what did? Yesterday I put a little bourbon in the tea. That seemed to help. Right, Lee? See, great minds think alike, Lee. Little bourbon, little Jameson. Maybe no, Jameson's not bourbon for sure. But I was doing Four Roses whiskey. Ooh. Well, I had a number of the shots of whiskey over Christmas, but it was in the tea. Yeah, I'm sick. I'm on the upswing of it though. Oh yeah, and we call it a hot toddy, Jen. You add the tea, the lemon, the bourbon, the honey. It's a hot toddy. And that way it has a fancy name and it comes in a mug so nobody knows. I know they are, but it's better. I had no voice yesterday and the day before. Yeah. So that's where I was yesterday. But then also I don't want to get so bogged down with too much of the bourbon and the whiskey and stuff. Because then like the rest of your body shuts down and nobody wants that. Yeah. I don't want to feel tired or sluggish. I know I'm trying not to, but I do, but I'm getting like sinus drainage too. Yeah. So we call, oh, got it. Excellently. I appreciate your contribution on this. Appreciate that. But I have coughed so much. So I'm boss, you scream away. Ah, awesome. Oh, thanks, Jen. That was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. That was so fun. Thank you guys for the gifts today. I really appreciate it. So my goal for next Thursday is to have this fully chosen in touch. You know, not the onion because it would give me a headache, but the Vicks. I actually do still have some of that. We used to do that for all my kids, and it did help them. This again, I'm on the upswing from this. I've been sick for 7 days. been sick for 7 days. By Christmas Eve night, I had 16 people in my house and I had no voice. And the menopause was in full swing with my hot flashes. I'd be fine 1 second, and then I have to go outside just to cool off. There's a couple days. Oh yeah, for sure, Mac. I'm working on it. That's why I showed up. I show up with the intention of none of this stopping me. That's what I'm working on. It has been chaotic because it is holidays and we're in a hustle and we're in a bustle and we're all thinking about our relatives. We're all thinking about our past loved ones. And, you got Jesus, like the man's birthday that's celebrated all over the world. It's chaos. So I missed what Rebecca said. You said nasty, right? Oh yeah, I haven't had all the symptoms, Rebecca, but I've been pretty. I'm gonna have abs of steel, like my back and chest, like because I've coughed so much. Is a lot. Uh-oh, I see Jesse. I see Jesse in the house. Holidays and grief. Yeah, holidays and grief is tough. Describe a bucket of rocks and digging through crystals. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. So, and you guys want to hear something really cool? So you get to hear it first because I haven't really talked about it. I finally got the schedule for Camp Chesterfield. I may have talked about this. I don't know if I may have talked about it on somebody else's live, but on my own live, I have not. I got the schedule for Camp Chesterfield, and I am going to be working their platform as a working medium during a service 3 times. Now, granted, it's Saturday at 1. I don't know how big the crowd's going to be, but I am the low man on the totem pole over there. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to be reading for those of you that were on the live and saw Meg Wolsifer. I'm going to be on the platform with her. And there's a few others, Camp Chesterfield mediums, that are just really awesome. And so they have me as a guest medium. And I'm going to be doing, this is what made me think of it, is that they don't have me doing just regular readings. I know, Jesse, you've been calling it all along. And I'm hoping that because I'm kind of new and local, that I'll be able to get more people in the doors on their Saturday 1:00 service. And if you've never been to a spiritualist service, there's no homily, there's no sermon. You stand, you sing, and the mediums do readings. It's $10. It's what they call their love offering. It's what keeps the things going. And there are 3 to 4, it's 3 typically mediums that work the platform. And I'm going to be doing crystal readings twice and tarot readings on another, which still involves mediumship, because the whole idea behind the spiritualist religion, or the spiritualist as a practice, spiritualism as a practice, is to prove the continuity of life. Well, if you're in Central Indiana, Chosen and Touched, Camp Chesterfield, this is in Chesterfield, Indiana. So just north of Indianapolis, in the town north of Indianapolis. Unitarian churches sometimes will host, look up in your area, spiritualist churches. Because that's the kind of church it is. It's not church. It's like, you might sing a couple songs just to get the vibration up and get everybody unified and get the energy going. There's usually one person who will say an opening prayer. Check out the Unitarian churches. I have not been to Unitarian church as a service. But yeah, spiritualist churches, look up spiritualist churches near you, because that's how they work. I'm a recovering Catholic. I used to go to Catholic church faithfully, And once a month, the head preacher would tell us how we needed to dress better. If we cared about God, if we cared about Jesus, we would dress better. I live in a very rich area. Ain't nobody showing up in rags. Yeah. I hope he's not, Russ, or I hope Russ isn't cheating on you. But also know that my fake people are gonna come and find you. Yeah. Well, I live in central Indiana. That's all we know. That's all we know. You know? Um, you're surrounded by it. They're even trying to get it in all of our schools. Like they want to teach the Bible in schools. Like I have no time for that. Did y'all see my video about someone coming on? Why is my dog barking? You've been talking to me on. Oh yeah. There must be someone existing outside, and we can't have that. I'm wondering how long she's going to bark. Hoping she gets bored soon, because I don't have to go upstairs and deal with it. The dog symphony. That's right. They do miss you, Lee. Oh, we're singing. Oh, we're singing. They do. Okay, so yes, Ladora, excellent question. They offer classes online. Camp Chesterfield, so all three of you in my other platforms, Camp Chesterfield does offer online distance learning classes. They offer online services multiple times a week. Oh no. She'll get bored in a second. People are like, oh, you're a medium, but I'm Christian. I'm like, oh, I've channeled Jesus. He's awesome. You should get to know him that way. Are we done yet? Olive. Okay, she's done now. Oh man. She's a mess. My dog's a mess. Also, I am so sore from coughing so much this last week. I'm gonna need to go get an adjustment for my chiropractor. Until 2 years ago, then boom, it came. Oh my gosh! Now we have the other dog barking. I'm gonna go distract her really quick. I think I've got a ball. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Hey, I don't know. Olive, that's enough. That's enough. You don't bark. You don't need to yell at people. Don't be rude. Hey, puppy. What are you doing? Hi, Piper. Hi, baby. It's not bark at people, okay? Go it down. You're fine. All right. You guys like my big cozy sweatshirt? I haven't worn a sweatshirt like this in probably 20 years. Spiritual dog biscuits. That's funny. Oh man. My husband was like, oh, I have picture tickets for tonight. I'm like, you could have mentioned that sooner. He's like, well, I thought I did. So my husband's in this thing now where he just says things in his mind and he doesn't actually say things out loud to me anymore. I'm like, listen, it nowhere on my website does it say mind reader. Nowhere. All right, so just so you guys know, for those of you that didn't hear, I have a special running right now. I know I'm not a very good example of readings today. I am so sorry, but the Dancing Spirit Oracle deck, 10% off. Coupon code Holiday Blitz. And I have 2 free gifts that come with it. Holiday Blitz is the, hey, can you type that out in all caps, Kim? And pin it. Holiday Blitz. If you go to my website, all my services 10% off everything. Like, I don't do that very often at all. By the way, that was actually dust. Anybody else that's going to go, oh my God, did you see that? You need to manifest them telepathy abilities. Oh yeah, you're right, April. I should. I'd be like, listen, I'm gonna need some telepathy in order to deal with my husband. Because now he just like says things in his mind. So Holiday Blitz is the coupon code to use on my website. If you decide you want to get a reading, if you want to do past life regression, I've got 12-month tarot recordings, multidimensional channeling. That's a really cool one, by the way. I've done a few of those now, and those are probably some of my favorite to do. Because you get a recording, but you still get one-on-one time with me. I get an appointment with me, and it's crazy. It's really cool though. And because that's channeling. It's not even me involved at all. It's just my higher self comes in and talks to your higher self. Oh yeah, I need to work on his, well, we got to work on him anyway, but that's a whole other issue. Oh, the higher self to higher self. It's really cool. So check it out. Check out my website. I do have a number of services that I do. Channeling. Yeah. Multidimensional channeling. It's really, really, it's such a cool thing. It's such a cool thing. And actually I just did a recording a couple days ago. And how it works is you send me like 3 questions. And some people will send me like 3 to 5, but Spirit will always pick out what's best. Thank you, Chosen Touched. I appreciate you. And that you get like a whole video. Like I channel, like what I do is I pull in my higher self and do like a connection to your higher self because you've given me permission. I've read the questions, but Spirit, like higher selves will figure out what needs to be said. And then they will, oh, awesome, Jen. And they will address, but they also talk about your past lives and where that energy is rooted. So say you have an irrational fear of like fire, right? Oh, I'm getting Spirit knows again, oracled. Then I will ask where that came from. Is it something that happened in this lifetime or another lifetime? If you've got questions about a relationship, like why is it so tumultuous? Is this person my soulmate? I feel like they're my soulmate. Then what will happen is my higher self talk to your higher self. The higher self will show me or my higher self your past life where you knew that person, what the relationship was like, how it ended, or if you've got chronic health problems, you've got that. It's the same thing. Why? Is it from this lifetime? Is it something you chose to learn? And I've gotten all kinds of different answers when it comes to like relationships, for example. Some people will ask about their jobs too, what's the next phase? What's my purpose? Why did I come into this lifetime? Why did I choose my family? Why, like just really open-ended questions. And that's the other thing. If you're going to do this service with me, ask open-ended questions. If I feel like the questions could be better than what I do, is I set the intention as part of the video before I go into trance. I will say, okay, here's your questions. Let's review these. And I'll tell you whether I feel like Spirit's going to do something a little different with them or what I do is I just trust that your higher self is going to come in and talk about it and say what needs to be said and even show you why you would be drawn to ask those questions if necessary. So that's a really cool one, and it's not as expensive as a reading. And also my 45-minute readings, usually go longer. It depends on the person, depends on the spirit coming in. And those, by the way, if anybody in here has ever had a reading from me, preach, testify, whatever, I offer a lot. In my 45 minutes, your 45 minutes with me from the second, no, don't worry about it, Holly, you ask away. From the second I sign on with you, it is nonstop. And we are bringing it through multiple relatives. We bring it, or loved ones. For some, your spirit guides come in, but with proof of who they are. Can we connect to our relatives? Yeah, we can. We can. Not in the same way, though. It all depends on the relative, too. Oh, thank you, Ladora. Thank you for saying that. And that's just it. Like that, it does it. The reading with me, you're gonna touch on all the emotions, really. And I give the opportunity for you to ask questions, but also right off the bat, I'll say, is there anything, what are you hoping to get out of today? What are you hoping for your time with me? You're going to get what I bring through, but also it helps for me to know, like, if you're hoping to connect to someone specifically, you don't have to say, oh, yeah, I want to connect to Joe from blah, blah. No, just be like, yes. And I'll say, would you like to tell me how you know this person? Or do you want to see who comes through organically? And then we'll touch base in a few minutes. I mean, I give the reader the space to ask those questions. And then I'll say, okay, so here's where we are. We've gotten all this information. What questions do you have? And I try to help people through the reading get the most out of their reading. I'm not afraid to tell a person to shut up either. Like if you come in, you've paid me the money for a reading and you want to talk the entire time, I feel like go to a counselor. They're better equipped for that, and they're probably cheaper. They take insurance at least. So, but with your time with me, I will ask for validation. See, Ladora, exactly, and that does happen. Now I can't remember with your reading though. Did you say out loud to me, "I'm hoping to connect to," say, like my dad, or like that person that you wanted to hear from? I can't remember. Because I tell people, don't be afraid to ask, because if I can't seem to connect to them for whatever reason, I'll tell you. But for the most part, if somebody says, "Oh, you want to talk to your dad?" "Oh, I'll bring him on in. Would you understand da 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 da," and get them to bring me evidence to prove that that's who they are. And it's never generic. "Oh, did you love your dad a bunch? Was he there?" Like, no. No. And I will always bring through the information that will make sense to you, that will help identify them. Interestingly enough, yeah, that's included with the coupon. Readings, all of my services right now are included with the coupon, and my Dancing Spirit Oracle deck. And it's only till midnight tonight. I might extend it to tomorrow, just give people a chance. Hi, Amadou. So anyway, yeah, we've got the coupon going on, Holiday Blitz. And check out, before you just jump on it, go read my website, the homepage of my website. You will get to know me. Watch a reading. I've got YouTube links on there. Watch a reading. Hi, Virginia. Welcome back. Thank you, Corey. This is my Outlander crown. Although now my next crown is going to need to be an ACOTAR. Valaris action. So anyway, so that was my shameless pitch. And also the Dancing Spirit Oracle deck. Check it out. Have you guys all seen my Dancing Spirit Oracle deck that I made? And you know what? After this batch is sold, I don't know that I'm going to sell them anymore. I don't know. Oh, that's so funny. Rob just popped in as soon as I said that. That was crazy. Because Rob, Intuitive Intention, just popped in. And he helped me, like he inspired me on this deck. Interesting. I was just saying, I don't know if I'm going to keep my deck. I have been sick for 7 days. Yep. Thank you, Virginia. Yeah, all services that are online and for my Dancing Spirit Oracle deck. So here's my Dancing Spirit Oracle deck. I chose not to do a box just because the cost, to keep the cost down. Thanks, Rob. I was just saying, like, I literally just said, I don't know if I'm going to keep selling my deck. I might just sell what I have in inventory and call it a day. I don't know if I'm going to keep up on it. I haven't decided yet. Because I have some stuff. I don't know why I said that out loud. I don't know if I want to do another deck or if I want to keep doing that. They're just not moving. They're just not selling like I wanted them to. They did it first. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I also got distracted and haven't put as much energy into them as I probably should. But I also have 3 decks on board that I'm almost done creating. Yeah, I got you. I got you, Rob. All right. Yeah, I mean, you carry inventory, don't you, Rob? Like you don't, people, when they order them, because they come to you and you package them and you send them out, make it personal. Also, make sure you guys are following Intuitive Attention if you're not already. He's got amazing decks. And I still need to order your newest deck. Sure, Virginia. Throat chakra. Use your voice. Funny, because that's what's happening here. Use your voice today. Oh, I got you. Yeah, let's talk further. Plus, we never like reconnected on doing a live and stuff. So anyway, I wasn't pulling cards. I just got them out to say that they're on sale right now with the code holiday blitz, 10% off and the free gift. Yeah. So aren't these cool? I put each of the chakras in there. Grief. We talked about grief. Morning, Jill. Live visibility restricted for 10 minutes. Are you kidding me? Wait. What did you turn on? Oh. They're my own. Hold on. Every time I show my cards, I get put on restriction and I get a notice. So anyway, that's what I got going on. My cards. Oh, look, my little card showed up. There's my little. So I like these because I'm a dance teacher. I decided to do Dancing Spirit Oracle deck. And I might have you doing it. Oh, thank you so much, Rebecca. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I was really hoping to sell more over the holidays. Oh, there's the bag. Got it. So there's the bag it comes in. It comes with some goodies. Actually, right now, my special is I've got a cute little notebook and pen that comes with it. And I don't have any down here. Do I? Oh, yeah, I do. Here, do you guys want to see what the free gift is? I always forget to show it. Let me grab it. Gotta get to it. All right, so here's the little free gift. So it comes in a bag. Okay, which is way easier than carrying a box around. And Rob knows, like the box is expensive. Full time on screen. Oh, I got you. Well, I kind of forgot. We were just talking about grief and holidays, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm running a special. I've been sick, so I'm just like all over the place today. I'm gonna do. Come on, okay. Hey Kim, get rid of that guy. I'm not. Send me a phone number. Get rid of that guy. So when you're doing, I always keep these close by. So if I'm getting readings, or if I'm getting notes, or if I tell people all the time, journal when you ask for spirit to show up, ask for signs, right? And these are easy to throw in your purse, your bag, whatever. I agree. The velvet bags are way better. And then, you know what's the other fun thing that I put in is a little bag with a mood ring. Who doesn't love a good mood ring? Yes, Jesse, oranges. Yeah. So if you're working with your guides, if you're working with loved ones, if you're out in the wild and you're like trying to document your journey, I love having this. And get a pen with it, for goodness sake. But also a mood ring. How cute is that? I have very small fingers, by the way. And the little chart, it comes with a little chart in multiple language: French, German, English, and Spanish. So that's the free gift plus 10% off today. I might extend it to tomorrow just because people are distracted with the holidays. But yeah, so 2 free gifts and the bag. And these cards normally sell for $45. And they are like, they're nice cards. I'm just saying, they're nice cards. There's the chakras. Ancestors, I love that card. Oh, this is one of my favorite. Nourish. Vibration. Sun. And oh, psychic biker. Hey, Jesse, wave again. Say hi again, because I want people to go follow you as well. Jessie is getting ready to. She made a deck. Ooh, someone just came in named Generation X Irish. I love that. I love Irish culture. You described me in a nutshell, except I don't live in Ireland. There's Jessie. Follow her. First of all, she's an amazing medium. And she just came up with her own deck that I've already ordered, and I cannot wait to get it. Cannot wait to get it. All bike references, tarot. Love it. So here we go. Flow. This is another one of my favorite. Flow. Tell me what you guys see when you see this card. Awesome, Ladora. Oh man, I wish I'd known you were going to be doing that. I'd sent you business cards or something for people to like find me, because I need to sell them. I've got a whole bucket of them. To save money for people, I order and keep inventory. It's because it's cheaper to do that for my clients. So anyway, so flow. What do you think? When you see this card, what do you think? What do you see? How do you feel about it? Flow. I'm trying to get it on all the platforms. I know, Ladora. Ladora went on a spirit cruise, and I need that in my life. I feel like Carrie and I could totally plan something like that. That'd be awesome. What do you guys think? How's this card make you feel? Surrender. Okay. Love that. What else? Flowing with divine vibration. Yes. Light, inspiration, connection, download, energetic, greater than us. Yes, 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 yes. So what I tried to do, did do with these cards when I created them, is to incorporate dance and movement, because I'm a dance teacher, a professional dancer, into my spiritual practice. And someone who doesn't necessarily do this, who's not a trained medium or a trained psychic, anybody can use these cards as inspiration through the day. Co-creation with the higher self. I love that. All right, let's see. What's another one? Let me pull another one. Root chakra. This is a good dance experience. Go with the flow and learn from your life experiences. Yes. Here's another one. Root chakra. Matches my nails. The root chakra is all about safety, and being grounded and rooted. But it's also modern dance. If you've ever studied dance at all, modern dance is all about connection to the floor, to the earth, grounding. Yes, grounding, finding your balance. Because notice she's on the balls of her feet. She's not flat-footed. She's ball of foot. So she's finding that balance, surrounded by the stones. And I actually have on the heart chakra Irish dancing. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know, Steffi. And that's a weird question to ask anybody. And why would you put that on somebody else? To fulfill your need to be a grandmother? I don't know. We don't know. And also read the room. We're just talking about cards. And also one of my scammers will reach out to you and ask you for a reading. It's not me. Let me find my heart chakra card, Holly. So I have all 7 chakras in here. Here's the one. Here's the Irish dancing one for heart chakra. And Ireland has my heart for sure. So these are I do love my cards. I love my cards. I am kind of rude, Steffi, but don't you think it's even more rude to walk into a room of people you don't know and just shout out a question? What's more rude? Me calling out the shouting out or someone shouting out? I don't either, Moth Belly. You want some fries with that? I don't know. Am I like a McDonald's drive-through? You just walk up and start shouting your order into the thing? Read the room, friends. So, and then earlier, Virginia, I pulled this for her, throat chakra. And throat chakra is all about expression, and we can express ourselves in different ways. Whether it's singing, whether it's painting, we're still using our voice. Dance, we're still using our voice. I wasn't going to mind anyway. No, you had just come in and dropped that information, Mothbelly, right after I was just telling someone who just came in and asked if they were going to be a grandmother. I don't know. Ask your kids. Are they going to have kids anytime soon? Do they want kids? And I am rude because I'm sick. Sun, big Leo energy. Oh, here, check it out. We'll do this. I'm not pulling cards really for anybody. I'm showing off my cards, but if you'd like to buy my cards, you can go to my website and purchase it. I'm a little rough around the edges. So here's the Sun card. Oh, thank you for being part of my team. Okay, I'm not going to mind. And also think about it. Again, are you going to walk into a room? Am I rude for calling out the person that walks into a party that's never met anybody and yells out a personal question or just drops their personal information at the top of their lungs? Who's rude? Me for saying, whoa, hey, back up. We don't know who you are. Why are you saying that stuff while walking in here? Oh, you're right. It's me. I'm the rude one. My whole point is you don't just walk into a room and scream at the top of your lungs or ask for something when you've never met anybody. Even when you go to McDonald's, you pull up and you wait for the person to acknowledge that you're there before you say yes. Okay. So I'm not doing cards, actually. That's just it. You didn't hang out long enough to know. I'm not doing cards. It is. And I don't answer medical questions either or legal questions. I was just actually just showing the cards because they're on sale right now. That's all. I'm not pulling cards for anybody. I'm sick. I'm grouchy and sick. Experience. No, people are not asking things. We're just literally talking about the cards. I love this one because I'm a big traveler. I love to travel. And I fully believe that traveling, and even if it means just traveling, like going to the town next to you or a town close by, going out, seeing different cultures, different people, different experiences, different street names can be growth for you. Oh, thanks, Robin. And when I do readings, they are spirit led, by the way. And I'll be doing spirit led readings next week. So follow me so you'll know. But I will not be answering questions because here's the reason I don't answer questions. Scammers. And you just don't put yourself out there. Okay. Right. There is a label. And then when you came into my room, you could have read it. When it says read the room, don't just drop your questions. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. It used to anyway. So here we go. Grief, the different sides of grief. Right. And here's another chakra card, the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is often tied to our sexuality, but not necessarily always. And then let's see, ego. Funny. Also, how cool. Look, the light around matches my crown. And the ego is such a relevant conversation right now. I love how like I can't read any of these things. Like you're just talking to each other and I can't read it. This is funny. Authenticity. One thing I preach is, I know. So authenticity. You will never get any version of me in this live except my authentic self. That is one thing that anybody who's been watching me for more than 5 seconds knows. You will only get me. So there are other lives where moderators will just block you if you come in and drop your information. I don't believe in that. Okay. Balance. Balance is another one. Thank you, Mona. Gratitude. I'm very grateful for you saying so, but also I'm grateful for you that you're here and sharing energy. Thank you, Rebecca. I'm actually going to be wrapping up here in a minute because it's afternoon, and I hope that the people that came in and yelled their business, that tells me that you do a lot of that you go to spiritual creators' lives, by the way, and just drop your stuff in hopes to be seen and hopes to get it answered instead of reading the room. And you might want to think twice about that because of scammers. And I've heard so many horror stories, by the way. People reaching out to me and being like, hey, we were supposed to have a reading today at 1. And I'm like, no, we weren't. But you reached out to me after a live and asked me about it. And so I'm scheduled and I've already paid you. Nope. Was not me. So because they assume, because it's got my picture, and you may have seen me in the live, that's happening. And what will also happen is on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, what will happen is when these lives load, fake accounts will come in and tag each person that commented in the lives. Thank you too, Rebecca, by the way. Wait, I think I already said that. That was a deja vu moment. What's funny is I started to say that's a Groundhog Day moment, and look what card came up. Grounding. That's funny, actually. So these are my cards. The Dancing Spirit Oracle deck. Crown Chakra. I love this one too. It reminds me of my Outlander crown. Shadows is another good one. Shadows. So Dancing Spirit Oracle deck, 10% off with the code Holiday Blitz. I see Paradox Witches in here too. Hi. Oof, I think my voice is done. It's been a couple hours now, and Holiday Blitz. I will go ahead and go online and extend. I will do that right now, actually, while I'm thinking about it. I'll go extend my coupon Holiday Blitz to go through tomorrow. midnight Eastern Standard Time. So maybe you guys can save 10% on any of my services. And remember, with the Dancing Spirit Oracle deck, you get your bag. I don't do a box just because they're expensive, and it helps keep the cost down. A mood ring, super fun, and a little notebook that's really fun to keep in your purse with a pen. So really, it's a really good deal. And they will get mailed out right away because I have them on hand. I don't have to worry about ordering them. I actually have some inventory, so they would get mailed out by tomorrow at the latest. So if you decide you want to do that, do it. And I always just send a little handwritten note too. If you're going to get them as a gift for someone else, just email me and say, hey, I bought these for someone else. And then I can send them a personal note as well. All right. So that way I'll know who to address it to. Because I did have some people purchase for other people. It's very nice to meet you too as well, Holly. And I am going to go rest for a little bit. Then I'm going to go clean the dance studio. And yeah, because for those of you who don't know, I own a dance studio too. Do you have knowledge with runes? I don't, but you know what's cool? I inherited runes from my husband's uncle. Hey, and you've been around for a while, Squirrel. I inherited all. You know what I have not done is talk to you guys about all the things that I inherited from my husband's uncle, the one who did the cool carving, like he hand carved the snake and put the gems on it. I inherited like sets of runes. I got one. I just dropped a whole bunch of them on the floor. 2, 3, 4 sets. What are these? Oh, these are ghost stones. Do you guys want to know what ghost stones are? Ghost stones. I don't know what they are. I don't know what they mean. I have to look it up. Yeah, so I inherited like all these. So I have ghost stones in black and ghost stones. Have any of you ever heard of these? Do you know what these are? Ghost stones? I'd love to hear if anybody knows. I have to look them up. I've never heard of them. So you have Squirrel. Okay. Are they, because I've got runes, apparently a lot of runes, and some on my floor now. Let me get some of these. Ugh. So the runes are, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have to start looking these up. So I've got 2 bags of runes and 2 bags of the ghost stones. So Squirrel, like, what do the ghost stones do? Like, what are they used? Are they just like, are they used like runes, like divination? Oh, interesting. Okay. Also known as phantom crystals. Okay. Look at me learning things. I was like ready to sign off here, and we're learning things. Phantom crystals. Okay. These are, they don't look. Oh, they're for a board game. Yeah, they just look like, I don't know what they are. All I know is I was handed all these things. All right, so it's for a board game that I clearly do not own. So but like I didn't know what they were. Interesting. Oh, okay. The ghost stones are for a board game. What board game? Because maybe I inherited that too. I just haven't found it yet. So yeah, I do want to learn more about runes. Why is this bag not closing? There we go. And these came in like a little purse. I could carry them on the go. Okay. I love that, squirrel. I love that. I love that you're learning those. And what you'll find is through divination tools, mediumship can develop. I don't care what anybody says on this app. It can develop for sure. So, okay. I'm out of here. I got to go. I have a class in about an hour and a half and I need to go get some stuff done. My tea is cold and empty now. And I need to finish drinking my Celsius so I can have all the energy in the world. But thank you all for joining in and putting up with my sarcastic jerkness. It happens. And thank you, Kim, for hanging out and helping out today. Here, I'm going to pull Kim a card real quick because she's been such a big help. I lost Daniel a long time ago. I think he has something going on. I'll message him, making sure he's good. Let's see. Union. Expect a new love or friendship to enter your life. Go, Kim. I know you're married, but these are Pam Sears cards. And Pam Sears has some really cool cards too. I keep those here for little quick messages. So Kim, you might have a new friend coming into your existence. Who knows? Never know. Hi, Eileen. All right. So I'm out of here. I'm going to go get better. And thank you all for coming in and supporting. I truly appreciate everybody on all the platforms that came in and interacted, all 3 on Instagram and 2 in YouTube. It could be, Kim. Ooh, it could be. It could be. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you all for sharing your energy and your vibration with me and keeping me excited. So, all right, make sure you follow me on all my platforms, Lorinda Carr Medium. Do it now. Do it now while supplies last. And Holiday Blitz is the code if you decide you want to get a reading from me when I am not grumpy and have attitude, because I do have attitude right now. All right, which is why I wasn't doing readings. So, all right. And of course, Regina comes in right now as I'm signing off. Regina, hi, friend. I'm sick, but I'm getting better. All right, all. And and cake sores on my tongue, which makes holiday eating a struggle. All right. Thank you all. Love you all. Have a fantastic day. And I will see you all soon. Oh, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. I was just thinking about you again. Okay. We'll talk soon, friends. See you next Thursday in the new year. I'll be doing readings the whole time. All right. Bye, friends.